Hello everyone, a good and healthy afternoon. Kumusta? I'm Doc Gia Season and welcome to another Makati Med Health Podcast. Sa mga nanonood sa atin through their cellphones habang nasa biyahe, huwag muna kayong umidlip. Alam ko it's your only chance to get that precious nap, pero tutok muna kayo sa ating discussion dahil may kinalaman ito sa pagtulog. Question din, may question ako sa inyo. Para sa mga nakaka-work from the office and even sa mga kaibigan nating naka-work from home. Nakakailang oras ba kayo ng tulog per day? Just type your question, sorry. Just type your answers sa comment section. And ito pa, did you know that getting a complete and quality sleep affects our physical and mental health? Yan hindi lang importante na mahaba ang tulog. Kailangan quality din. So a complete and quality sleep has an effect in both our productivity and overall quality of life. Pero syempre, hindi sapat na nakaka-complete ka ng tulog today. And the next day, wala ka sa 5 hours ng tulog mo, hindi pwedeng ganun. Talagang magkakaroon tayo ng problem sa physical health, mental health, as mentioned earlier. So this afternoon, we invited a sleep specialist from the Makati Med section of neurology para i-explain sa atin ano nga ba itong tinatawag na sleep hygiene. So, I'm sure alam na natin yung mga personal hygiene, dental hygiene, hand hygiene, among others, but little ang information about what is really sleep hygiene. And that's something that we all really need. So eto na, huwag na natin patagalin pa. Let's all welcome in the show, Dr. Rosalina Espiritu Picar, or I call her Bubot. Hello, Bubot!
Hi, Gia. Maraming salamat. Thank you for inviting me today.
And thanks for being with us today, Bubot.
Sure.
Kumusta? How's everything?
Buti naman. Okay naman. Holding on.
Ayun.
Trying
Hindi
to
lang
make the
importante
best of it.
how is your sleep? Ganon.
Well, I'm glad to say my sleep is pretty good.
Ayan. So, let's start
Uh-uh.
this discussion, Gugot, no? May tanong
Mhm.
ako. So, what is sleep hygiene?
Sleep hygiene is actually a basic set of rules. It's a basic set of rules that actually help us na ma-enhance yung sleep natin. So majority
Okay.
of the time kasi, ang tulog natin ay naiiba dahil sa mga pinaggagawa natin. You have to understand na
Totoo.
ang sleep is a very basic physiologic drive. Ibig sabihin, it's a natural process. Kung hindi natin siya pakikialaman, kung hindi tayo gagawa ng mga bagay that can interfere with it, it should occur naturally and in the right duration and in the right time. So yung sleep hygiene is just a basic set of rules, which we will, I think, discuss later on in greater detail. Okay?
Yeah, that's super important. And I believe, Gugot, meron kang short presentation on yung what we need to know about sleep. So,
Okay.
actually, Dr.
Sure.
Picar has prepared a short presentation sa mga basics na dapat natin malaman. Ayan.
Okay.
Okay.
Overachiever, no? As I mentioned, sleep, just like eating, drinking, and the need to procreate, meaning sex, is a
Yes.
basic physiologic drive. So that means that if we allow nature to take its course, sleep should naturally occur. Now, kailangan din maintindihan natin na dalawang main process ang nagko-control ng ating pagtulog. Why do we sleep and when do we sleep? So, isa is yung what we call circadian alerting. Sabihin nun, meron tayong natural biological clock na nasa
Mhm.
loob ng brain natin and actually sa lahat ng cells natin that help control our sleeping schedule. So, kailan natin napapansin yung pagkakaiba nito? Pag halimbawa, bumabiyahe kayo, yung tinatawag na jet lag,
Yeah.
yung dahilan nun is meron kayong basic rhythm. No? So, normal rhythm is gigising ka sa umaga, matutulog ka sa gabi. So, when you
Yes.
talk about circadian rhythm, basic principle is the use of light. So kapag maraming ilaw or liwanag, such as in the daytime, it's a good alerting signal for the brain to keep us awake. So tatandaan natin yung light kasi yung mga other sources of light like yung devices, yung TV, yung tablet, yung cellphone is actually giving us false signals. Kaya yung mga tao na gamit sa gabi, nahihirapan matulog because ginugulo nyo yung circadian alerting system. In the same way, ang isa pang way is what we call sleep homeostasis. Ibig sabihin, yung pangangailangan mo sa pagtulog ay dependente din sa activity mo during the day.
Yeah.
May mga pasyente na sabihin, Doc, di ako makatulog. Paano naman wala nang ginawa kundi humiga at matulog during the day? So, syempre, mawawalan ka ng requirement for sleep. So, ibig sabihin, your need for sleep is dependent on the number of hours you've spent awake and active before you sleep. So, sleep has to be earned. Okay? Yan. O, next. Ano pa yung susunod na slide? Sleep requirement. Yan. Kasi sinabi mo, di ba? Kailangan number of hours. So, tatandaan natin na yung requirement for sleep nag-iiba talaga based on your age. So, syempre, infants and children need more sleep because yung kanilang nervous system is still maturing. And yung growth ng nervous system, yung growth ng body, even yung hormonal regulation, nag-occur during sleep. Kaya, yung sinasabi ng matatanda na pag hindi ka natulog, di ka lalaki, totoo yon. Okay? Ngayon,
Okay, totoo yun, nice.
Oo, gusto nyo tumangkad, matulog kayo. Sunod, tignan nyo ha, teenagers, 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Hindi po pinipilit nila na para silang adults, hindi. Teenagers, nagde-develop pa rin ang ating brains. So they need more sleep. Adults is 6 to 8 hours. Now, tayo yon 6 to 8 ha. Okay, next slide will actually show you, this is actually a study that was done and it looked at ilan ba talaga ang oras ng tulog na nakukuha natin in reality. So may recommended, di ba? Nakita natin yung recommended, but you can see for all the age groups, yung blue line is the recommended, the orange line is the actual sleep. So anong nakikita natin? Throughout the age span, yung mga bata, teenagers, at matatanda, we are all chronically sleep deprived, the majority of us. So, kailangang maintindihan natin, ano bang epekto niyan kung hindi ako natutulog ng right amount of sleep?
That's right.
Well, if we look at the next slide, it also tells us na ito yung effect niyan for our endocrinologic health. Generally, yung mga taong who sleep very little or yung mali ang timing, they tend to have higher rates of diabetes, higher rates of obesity. Bakit? Kasi pag kulang ka sa tulog, naglo-lobat ka, di ba? So what do? You eat. No? You eat to boost up your energy level. Usually, ang gusto mo yung high sugar, high fat, which will of course give you a lot of other problems. So, yung mga natutulog ng tamang number of hours, they seem to have the lowest risk for the development of diabetes and obesity. So, kailangan matulog ng tama para sexy ka. Okay? Now, in children, mas malaki ang effect. Let's go to the next slide, please. We need to emphasize this in our children. No? Kasi namin tayo nakikitang mga bata ngayon na mataas ang suicide rates, mataas ang mental health issues, and a big reason for that is because our children are actually sleeping a whole way less than they were like 50 years ago. And they found that children who slept the right number of hours and at a regular basis, sabihin, hindi yung natutulog ng madaling araw, tapos gigising ng tanghali. Okay? So, dapat tama rin yung timing. They also show na these people will have improved attention, they perform better in school, they have better emotional health and mental attitudes. And those who do not sleep well or who do not sleep enough, actually have higher risk of hypertension, obesity, diabetes, and an increased risk for suicidal thoughts and suicidal attempts. So you see that
Right.
when you're sleeping, your mental health is actually also taken care of. And nakikita yan in various experiments. We have seen now when you're sleep deprived, you tend to go for impulsive behavior and you tend to take risks more. So
I
they
agree.
go towards alcohol, towards smoking. They like doing other things, yung sexual activities also that is not appropriate for their mental age. So we need to emphasize this as well. Okay. Siguro I'll stop from here and then maybe we can ask some questions and then flash the slides that are necessary when we want to drive home some points.
Okay, so Bubot, thanks for that parang explanation kasi oo nga no, parang it's a cycle and it's a habit that we form, no, sleeping. And before we continue, we'd like to say hi to our CEO, Attorney Luca, who's watching right now. Hello, Attorney. Maraming salamat for
Hello.
supporting our podcast. And then for our viewers, please feel free to ask questions. Let's take advantage of having Bubot here to answer everything about sleep, etc. Type nyo lang yung questions nyo sa comment section.
Okay.
Bubot, may tanong ako kasi ako, I have a personal issue with sleep. No,
Okay.
lagi mo naman open forum talaga to eh. So,
Okay.
well, we all know that lack of sleep is there. But how about insomnia? So, what
Mhm.
is insomnia and what are the other probable parang problems sa sleep? Kasi meron di ba hypersomnia, may ganun pa. So, what is
Mhm.
insomnia?
Okay.
And what are the symptoms?
All right. So let's look at sleep disorders as a whole. Diba? So when we talk about sleep disorders, you can actually subdivide them into two. Those that cause hypersomnolence and those that cause lack of sleep. So when you talk about hypersomnolence, yan yung mga snoring, sleep apnea, narcolepsy, yung mga ganon. Now, yung iba naman, yung lack of sleep, syempre, yan yung usual. Kasama dyan yung insomnia, abnormal movements during sleep like restless leg syndrome. So, when we talk about insomnia, it is actually a sleep disorder that is characterized by difficulty initiating sleep, difficulty maintaining sleep, and also a perception na hindi refreshing yung sleep despite
Yes.
the fact that the patient is given the appropriate opportunity to sleep. Kasi kailangan i-divide natin siya, i-separate natin siya sa sleep deprivation. Magkaiba kasi
Okay.
yon, di ba? Kasi iba,
So,
kulang lang.
magkaiba talaga. Okay.
Oo, kasi wala silang opportunity to sleep. So, bawa, yung
Yes.
mga nagtatrabaho, ganon, di ba? May tawag dito, shift workers, or they have to really travel very early because of traffic. So, sleep deprived yan. So, hindi refreshing yung sleep because kulang. Okay.
Yes.
Yung insomniacs, yan, meron naman silang appropriate opportunity for sleep. And yet, they have a hard time initiating and maintaining sleep. Okay. Ngayon, may dalawang classification yan. Okay. So, dati, we called it primary insomnia and secondary insomnia. Nag-iba na ngayon yun. Ngayon, it's acute and chronic insomnia. Ginawa ng time-bound.
Time bound. Okay.
Oo, time-bound. Kasi, yung iba, yung dating secondary, bawa may depression, kaya nagkaka-insomnia. May
Right.
iba na kahit na wala ng depression, may insomnia pa rin. So, hindi
Yes.
na talaga secondary. So, ginawa na nilang time-bound. So, acute and chronic. So, if your sleep problems have been there for less than 3 months, acute ka pa. Kapag
So,
more
3 months ang ano? 3 months yung
pag,
pattern. 3 months. Okay.
pag more than 3 months, yan, chronic na. Now, why
Okay.
do we need to do this? Kasi pag acute, generally, mga causes dyan are reversible. Madaling alamin, no? So, minsan, merong medical illness, may
Yeah.
psychiatric illness, may change in habits, so bad sleeping habits, so bad sleep hygiene, merong nakuhang bagong pinagkakalokohan o nagne-Netflix to death. So that can cause the insomnia.
Hindi na naman ako.
And then meron yung chronic. Yung chronic yun ang mas masalimuot. Kasi yan, kasama na yung, may mga tao kasi who learn behavior that actually propagates or even makes the insomnia longer.
Yeah.
So, yan yung mga mas mahirap gamutin kasi talagang aalamin mo yung hahalukayin mo kung saan nanggaling, tapos aalamin mo rin yung kanilang mga coping strategies for the insomnia that may actually have made the problem worse.
Okay. Nice.
Okay? So, like halimbawa, yung sa acute, ang
Oo.
pinaka-common niyan is yun nga, yung may acute medical illness.
Mhm.
Halimbawa to, yung mga nagka-COVID, di ba? Ka-COVID,
Yes.
very common yan, magkaka-insomnia sila. Well, one, because they're afraid, di ba? Very anxiety-provoking. Ano ba, mangangailangan ba ako ma-ospital? Tapos you're
Yeah.
worried about your family, you're worried about your financial issues, di ba? Hindi ka makatrabaho. So, yan, very typical acute insomnia, very common now in this time.
Yes.
Yeah. Tapos minsan, gumaling na sila sa COVID, nagta-transition sila, nagiging chronic yung insomnia. Yun ang kailangan mong alamin kung bakit. Kaya when you see us, may pagka-ano kami, chismosa, alamin tawag namin lahat. We will find out what's going on with you. We will find out what other issues there are. Kasi usually ang insomnia, multifactorial. Maraming possible causes and they all contribute to the insomnia.
Kaya it's very important talaga to talk to a doctor kasi yung history taking, it has a lot to tell kasi kung ano yung cause, yung ano yung root
Yeah.
cause, di ba, Mugod? So, eto, may question na tayo from our audience. And let's start with Mary Joy Fernandez. Tanong niya, Doc, is having a dream an indicator of a good sleep?
Well, actually, we all go through different stages of sleep in a particular
Yes.
evening. Okay, so para lang for the information of everyone, there are two kinds of sleep. So what we call non-REM sleep, which is subdivided into light sleep and deep sleep. And then there is also what we call REM sleep, which is what we usually associate with dreaming, which is dream sleep. Now, when you go through an overnight period, you go through 3 to 5 cycles. So usually you start from non-REM and then you go into deep sleep, then you go into REM, and then bababalik kayo ulit sa light sleep and then deep sleep. Gumaganon ho talaga ang tulog. Meron kasi siyang rhythmicity, no? Because of the brain. And so you spend around a quarter of your whole night sleep in dreaming sleep. So the fact that you are going into dreaming sleep is actually an indicator that you are going through those cycles. Okay?
Okay.
So not necessarily na actually we all need to go through dreaming sleep. And our brain actually demands it. No? Kasi
Yes.
ang dreaming sleep is very, very important for maintaining our brains in good health. So aside from helping us to learn, because yung memories na nako-consolidate siya when you're dreaming. Also, they also found out very recently na yung mga wastes na nade-develop sa brain activity, may mga waste din na na-accumulate dyan, nililinis siya during deep sleep naman. Okay?
Galing!
Oo! Actually,
Wow!
science with sleep is so enormous. There's so many things going on that's very exciting. And they found that it's very important that when you go into deep sleep, it's also the time wherein the brain cleans itself of all of its wastes. And, they also found na kapag disrupted ang sleep mo, so yung disruption, meron kang sleep apnea, or meron kang insomnia, na ang tulog mo putol-putol. Nangyayari kasi na i-interrupt yung cycle. So, hindi
Yes.
go into deep sleep, kumukonti din yung dream sleep. And what will happen is that they're saying that it also causes the accumulation of that waste. So they're even saying be a key factor in the development of Alzheimer's disease. So,
Okay. Interesting.
marami talaga na pwedeng pag-usapan about it.
And it's really a whole spectrum, no? Sleep. And
Mm,
it's very important to do so, no? So we have another question, Bubot, from Pat Gonzalez. How
okay.
effective is melatonin to help normalize sleep pattern? Thank you for this topic. Very helpful for everyone. Thank you,
Okay.
Doc G and Dr. Picard. So what's your
All
take
right.
on melatonin?
Okay, Pat. Thank you for your question. Uso ngayon yan. Okay. So, melatonin is actually a naturally occurring substance in your brain. So, di ba pinag-usapan natin earlier on yan, na merong tinatawag na circadian rhythm
Yes.
to control your sleep, no? And melatonin is one of those neurotransmitters that is an indicator na it's time for sleep. It is secreted by the pineal gland inside your brain. So when it's nighttime, magsisecrete na siya. No? So tataas ang melatonin level mo. So it's an indicator that it's time to sleep. When the daylight comes, so when you're exposed to bright light, your pineal gland will stop secreting melatonin because it's time to be awake. Okay, ngayon, so naturally occurring siya. So you can see that it's also in time with the circadian rhythm. So
Yes.
yung use ng melatonin seems to be very good for correcting circadian abnormalities. Ano ibig sabihin ng circadian abnormalities? So, halimbawa, if you're going through jet lag,
Mhm.
so you want to move your sleep phase, no? Halimbawa, kakagaling mo lang sa Europe, for example. So, 8 hours ang difference generally, di ba? So,
Oo.
alanganin talaga, no? So, what you want is you want to sleep earlier. Pero
Yeah.
hindi ka inaantok niyan, di ba? Kasi 8 hours nga ahead tayo. So, what you will do is you can use melatonin to help move that sleep phase
Mhm.
earlier. So, that's one way. The other way is it's also useful, for example, for individuals who have lost that natural melatonin-driven circadian
Yes.
rhythm. Matatanda. Yung mga matatanda, kasi yung melatonin secretion mo bumababa as you get older. So sometimes we can use it to help regularize the sleep patterns of people with Alzheimer's or dementia. And
Right.
also, it's useful for people who are blind. Mga bulag, kasi bulag ka, di ba? So wala kang perception of light, wala
Right.
kang perception of darkness. So it's also one way to help normalize the sleep pattern in these individuals. So let's just clarify this. No? It is not a sleeping pill. So don't
Yes.
expect,
Nice.
I take it, I will be induced to sleep. No? Kasi
Yeah.
madi-disappoint kayo. Wala ho siyang kick. Wala siyang kick that you
Yes.
associate with sleeping pills. That's why it's very important that you time it properly. It should be given at a regular time every night. Okay, it should be given regularly. And normally, I ask my patients to take it around 2 hours before your target bedtime.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's not a bedtime medication. It helps to set that rhythm to a normal rate.
Ang galing. So we busted a myth that it's actually a sleeping pill. So it's not.
It's
It just
not.
helps
It's
our
not.
body. It's not, right?
So you have to use it in conjunction with other things.
Right.
So hindi pwedeng ito lang tapos you hope for the best that it will happen. That's why it's very important when you have a sleep problem, you
Yes.
have to analyze what is going on that's giving you problems with sleeping. So,
Yeah.
halimbawa, ang one very important question in people with sleeping difficulties is, and ito ang very important tip for the doctors out there, when you have a patient presenting with insomnia, the first question you need to ask is, what time do you go to bed? And what time do you fall asleep? Minsan magkaiba yon. Okay?
Oh, may
They're in,
difference.
they're in bed by 7, okay? But they fall asleep by 12 midnight.
Okay.
Magkaiba yon, di ba?
Yeah.
The second question is, what time do you wake up
Mhm.
and what time do you get out of bed? Bakit? Kasi magkaiba din yon for some individuals. Bawa, nagigising sila ng alas 6, pero
Yeah.
babangon alas 11 ng umaga. Okay?
Basta may
So,
difference. Right.
yes, because ang healthy sleeper should be yung time in bed is almost synonymous with time asleep. So
Okay.
dapat, pag humihiga ka, it's time for sleeping. Okay? Hindi pwede nakahiga ka doon tapos tino-torture mo yung sarili mo. Matutulog ba ako o hindi? O kaya magdi-device ka, manonood ka ng TV hanggat sa matulog ka because that is poor hygiene. The other one
Right.
is yung lingering in bed. Gising ka na, but you're forcing your body to sleep. So you're staying in bed for longer. Because yung katawan mo, yun yung homeostatic part, no? Homeostatic
Right.
drive. Ibig sabihin, if you're lingering in bed longer, that is actually considered your wake-up time. Yung time you get out of bed, yung katawan mo will consider your time out of bed as your actual wake-up time. So, very important yan because why? A lot of people now have what we call a delayed sleep phase. Delayed sleep phase. Ibig sabihin, they fall asleep, it's just that they fall asleep at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So, yung mga teenagers usually, mga anak natin, di ba? Kasi di pa pasok sa eskwela eh, no? So, they can wake
Totoo
up,
yan.
asynchronous naman ng class. So, they wake up at 10, 11, and then you can hear them talking with their friends, playing until around
Yeah.
3 in the morning. Okay? And then, if they have an important event wherein they have to wake up at 7, they get into trouble because they force themselves to sleep earlier, but their body rhythm has been shifted. So they're actually in European time. So, pag biglang
Oo, yan.
at sa Philippine time, nagkakaproblema. And that's a common complaint now. No, I see a lot of people coming in telling me that I'm having problems sleeping because they're trying to force themselves to sleep at 10, the usual sleeping time, but they've been waking up at 11 in the morning. Hindi po posible talagang matulog earlier. So when we go back to the sleep hygiene part, that's one very important point. The first thing you need to do is to set a regular wake-up time. So, mamili ka ng oras ng gising mo of course, in consideration of all of the activities that you usually do. Okay? So, dapat doable. So, dapat, kung 7 a.m. pwede, or 8 a.m., okay lang naman during this time, lahat work from home. 8 a.m. ang gising mo, okay lang yon. But kung 8 a.m. ang gising mo, then don't expect to fall asleep earlier than between 12 to 1 in the morning.
Oh,
Yes,
galing.
because your wake-up time determines your sleeping time. It's not the other way around.
May math pa yun. So, iko-compute ko pa yung mga ganun. Wow!
Oo, you have to compute it. Yeah, so you have to tell them. Kasi pag tinanong mo sila, anong oras po talaga kayo nakakatulog? Kung gising kayo ng mga alas 9, nakakatulog ko kayo mga alas 2 ng umaga, no? Opo. O, di ba? So it's not
Sabi ko sa galing.
because they've moved their sleep phase. So very important yan in insomnia management because most of the time they have problems with circadian rhythm, circadian
Yes,
phase. It's not because they really have a problem falling asleep. It's just that they're falling asleep at a different time than they would
right,
want.
right.
So when you want to move
So, we
them,
have to set a habit.
yes, set that habit.
Okay,
Okay.
so we have another question from Maika Angela Figueroa. Sabi niya, how long before bedtime is it ideal to take a last cup of coffee as to not affect sleep? O sige, sabihin
Okay.
na natin may caffeine yung drinks.
Okay, ganito. Ako, I make it individual. If you have a problem with sleeping in the first place, ibig sabihin, may history ka na ng insomnia, you do have a history of disrupted sleep, then
Yes.
ako, the last cup of coffee should be not later than 10 in the morning.
Not
So,
later than 10 a.m.
mhm,
Talaga.
mhm. Kasi may mga tao kasi na tinatawag na who are what we call naturally awake most of the time. Yung may mga tao
Yeah.
talagang parang hyper ba? Talagang gising
Okay.
na gising sila. So their natural state is to be awake. So ang problema mo, if you add on caffeine, even if you just take it na mga 1 p.m. tapos ang sleeping time ka naman 10. So naturally dapat wala nang effect 'yon, di ba? But because
Yeah.
yung natural level mo of wakefulness or alertness is very high already, any amount of caffeine na given beyond 10 a.m. will actually affect your sleep. So, it's very important na kung ikaw ay may problem with sleeping, then definitely ang tawag ko doon, front-loading. Kung magka-caffeine ka in the start of the day
Yeah.
before everything else. Okay? Ngayon, may mga tao kasi sasabihin, Dok, wala namang effect sa akin yan eh. Nagkakape pa nga ako bago ako matulog. Okay? Pag
Oo, may
ganun
ganun.
sabi, may mga magyayabang na ganyan. Sasabihin ko, then you have a problem. Because that
Yeah.
means you have a hypersomnolence problem. Inaantok ka ng hindi natural. Because it's not natural to be that. So sa akin, the safest answer for this question is before 10. So anything else that you want to take afterwards has to be caffeine-free. Para sigurado
Okay.
ka, para caffeine is not an issue. And we need to also remember that it's not just coffee that has caffeine, ha? So soda,
What?
caffeine, ha? Soda. So lalo na yung mga lime drinks, no, like Mountain Dew, Lift, mas mataas pa ang caffeine yan. So you need to
Oh, really?
Yes, you need to be very aware of that. And look at your options. No? Look at your options for what are the caffeine-free drinks that I can take, so it will not affect me. So that, if you like taking soda, then have root beer, have 7-Up or Sprite because they're caffeine-free.
Yeah,
If you,
right. Tama.
yeah, if you want something warm in the afternoon or in the evening, or ayaw mo namang ma-feel left out if your friends are having coffee, then what you do is you go for the caffeine-free options. Marami namang ganyan na ngayon sa Starbucks. Eh.
Yes, yes. Meron na. Meron
Ayun.
na.
Be
Okay,
aware.
magkamahal, ganun.
Yeah, be aware of it. Okay.
So, Hugot,
Hmm.
eto because we all know that sleep was highly affected during the pandemic. So, ikaw ba? What is your experience in terms of how the pandemic affected our sleep?
You know what? Yung mga
Insomnia.
sleep, uh, sleep practitioners all over the world actually came out with a term. It's called coronasomnia, and it's actually sleep problems which came about because of the pandemic. So actually, if we go to the next slide, what it will tell you is this: what are the challenges to sleep during the pandemic? So the most important one is the disruption of daily life. That means na biglang all of a sudden we don't have a structure. Like for
Yeah.
example, an individual who goes to the office every day from Monday to Friday, alam na nila yan eh. This is the time I wake up because I need an hour to commute to work. And then I go home at this time and then I go to bed at this time. So there's really that rhythmicity. Eh, no? May set schedule siya. Yan ho ang nawala. Definitely. It really disappeared. The other one is, of course, anxiety and worry, which we don't need to explain because of the pandemic. And then the depression and isolation. It's also a big problem, which also brings about mental health issues that can, of course, impact your sleep. The other one is greater family and work stress. Okay?
Yes.
Very stressful na yung mga dati kasi magkakahiwalay kayo, di ba?
Oo.
You don't
No.
you don't see your husband as much because they're in the office. Now you're forced to stay in a confined quarter for such a long, long time. And that creates a lot of stress for some individuals. Now it creates more stress for women because
Okay.
yung mga nanay, di ba? So aside from doing your work, halimbawa work from home ka, kailangan ka pang maging tutor dahil yung mga anak mo online learning. So ikaw rin ang teacher. Tapos magluluto ka pa, di ba? So dakilang alalay ka pa sa bahay. Kung ikaw ay merong stay-out helper before, nawala yan. Diba? So you have to do most of the household chores. Tapos sex slave ka pa sa gabi, di ba, Gia?
Bakit so?
So that actually, marami kang roles, di ba? Marami
Oh,
kang
very
roles.
role playing.
Maraming nagke-create talaga siya ng stress, especially for women. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the other one, and very obvious this time, is excess screen time. So people really are looking at, mag-marathon Netflix, nagma-marathon Korean telenovela, social media is at its highest usage now than before.
Right.
So, as I mentioned, di ba, yun ang unang pinag-usapan natin, yung circadian
Yeah.
regularity of sleep and the relationship to light. You need to know that yung screen time, the light that you get from these devices is the same wavelength as sunlight. So kapag nanonood ka ng TV sa gabi, kasi maraming pasyente ko sabihin, Dok, yan ang pampatulog ko.
Oo, totoo.
Yan totoo. Yan ay isang ganap na kasinungalingan.
Oo.
You fall asleep because talagang antok ka na. But you will notice this, it will drive your sleeping time later. Mas later ang tulog mo kasi it's daylight. It's the same wavelength as sunlight. So,
Right.
what does that signal give to your brain? It's time to be awake and not to sleep. So, isang important thing about your sleep environment is that total darkness works best for making sure that you actually have good sleep. Okay? So, those are the challenges to sleep during the pandemic. Now, if you go to the next slide, so guidelines to sleeping well during the COVID-19 outbreak. So, sabi ko nga, na-disrupt yung schedule mo and routine. So, what is the best solution? Set your schedule and your routine. So, ibig sabihin, dapat meron kang set time for waking up, set time for sleeping. Hindi dapat paiba-iba yan. Okay. And then, so, kailangan magkaroon ka ng structure for your own way of life. Then, reserve your bed for sleep. So, dapat nagkikita lang kayo ng kama mo for the time that you're supposed to be asleep and the time that you're awake. So, you shouldn't be using it for all other things like watching TV, doing your homework, giving lectures. Okay. Now, the other one is see the light. Ito, see the light in two ways. See the light in terms of if you want to really set your circadian rhythm, set your body clock to an earlier time frame, then you need to get sun exposure during the first 2 hours of waking up. It will help to set your body clock para regular siya. The other one is you need to also avoid the light when you're trying to sleep. So the devices have to be turned off 2 hours before your target bedtime. Be careful with naps. Sabi ko nga, tulog ng tulog, okay? So, para maintindihan natin lahat, pinakamadali is you think of everything in 8-hour cycles. So, for the normal individual, the average individual who sleeps at 10 and then wakes up at 6, that's 8 hours of sleep. Usually yan, if you count another 8 hours, that will be around 1 to 2 p.m. Yan yung usual siesta time. Aantukin ka ng di ba? And then if you count another 8 hours from 2 p.m., that will be 10 p.m. again, completing the cycle. Now, ibig sabihin ng be careful with naps is this. If you take a nap outside of that cycle, bawa, you take a nap at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Ano mangyayari niyan, iuurong mo yung sleeping time mo later also. Aantukin ka ng mga 2 to 3 in the morning. Inurong mo siya eh. Okay? So so the timing of the naps is very important as well as the length. Pag sobrang haba niyan, talagang kukonti din ang tulog mo sa gabi. Okay? So sabi ko nga parang bangko yan eh. If you're allotted only 8 hours of sleep, yun ang requirement mo. If you have a nap of around 2 hours, then don't expect that at night you will be sleeping for 8 hours again. Kukonti talaga siya. Or magiging mababaw. So, the timing and the duration of your nap is very important for your sleeping at night. The other one is staying active. So, sabi ko nga, homeostatic requirement for sleep. You have to earn your sleep. So, kung wala kang ginagawa during the day, then don't expect na matutulog ka ng maayos sa gabi. So, kailangan active. Be active. So, do everything in the daytime. Be mentally active, be physically active. Because that will also help in setting your body clock. No? So, ako, sinasabi ko sa mga pasyente ko lagi is that when you wake up, you go for a walk. So you get sunlight exposure, you get physical exercise at the same time.
Right.
Ayaw maglakad or limited, hindi pwede lumabas sa bahay dahil sa pandemic, then you can actually do jump rope, stationary
Yes. Or
biking,
moving
or
place.
even Zumba. Or swimming kung if you're into water sports. So again, practice kindness and foster connection. So very important yan for mental health. And then utilize relaxation techniques, especially when you're trying to put yourself to sleep. You know, marami tayong nakukuhang news now about breathing, deep breathing exercises for COVID, no? When you have COVID, the same breathing exercises can also be utilized to produce relaxation so that you can sleep better. Halimbawa, yung when you're trying to fall asleep, tas parang hindi ka pa rin nakakatulog, then you can do the deep breathing exercises and you can combine it with muscle contraction of your muscles. So
Yes.
when you inhale, you contract your muscles. When you exhale, you relax. You inhale, you relax. So you focus your attention to the breathing and the muscle contraction. It will help in producing sleep. So it's called progressive muscle relaxation.
So,
One. Then watch what you eat and drink. So, sabi ko nga, caffeine, no? What you eat. So, paggabi ho, when you're about to fall asleep, you need to have around 3 hours from your last meal intake to your sleeping time.
3 hours.
3 hours kasi that's the gastric empty time, no? Kasi if pag busog na busog kayo, tapos natulog kayo kaagad, una, magre-reflux kayo. Second,
Yeah.
you have a harder time falling asleep. The opposite is also true. If you're hungry, it's very hard to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Kumakain nyo, di ba? So, you need to have a light meal, especially at night. Stay away from very spicy food because the reflux will also interrupt with your sleep. Tapos, keep it simple and light in the evening. Alcohol is a no-no. Okay? A lot of
Doon
people,
na.
a lot of people use alcohol to put themselves to sleep. So, ang problema niyan is, yes, it will put you to sleep, but as you metabolize the alcohol, it will cause disruption in your sleep. Gigising-gising kayo, you need to go to the toilet, di ba? Nawiwiwi ka. It causes dryness in your throat, so you have a harder time sleeping regularly. So, alcohol is a no-no. If you have to have it, you have to have it 5 hours before your bedtime. And
5
then,
hours. So,
so dapat mga early, late afternoon, tapos para tapos ka na by the time you're sleeping. So, bawal talaga yung binge drinking. Kasi,
yeah, totoo yan.
dangerous and it can give you more problems than what it's worth. Yeah. So actually, if you look at these guidelines, this is actually the same guidelines of what we call your sleep hygiene.
So this is a very good snapshot. Of,
Yeah. Basic rules yan. Okay? So if you go to the next slides, Joff, yan. So yan din yan. Regular nighttime and wake-up time schedule. If you have to schedule brief 15-minute times during the day to remove stress and reflect upon the situation. And then use the current opportunity to follow your chronotype. So ano ba yung chronotype? May mga tinatawag na owls and larks. Okay? So may mga tao gising sa gabi, may mga tao namang morning persons. So when you say social jet lag, it's the lag between your weekend times and your weekday times. So yung mga taong mga ani batong bakal ba pag Friday. Thank God it's Friday. So magpapakapuyat, gigising ng napakatanghali, no, Fridays and Saturdays, and then when they have to go to work on Mondays, they have to sleep earlier, which is difficult because they woke up very late on Sunday morning. And then they have to wake up very early because they have to do a morning commute. Kaya nga may tatawag na Monday blues, di ba? Monday blues is because you're lacking sleep. So wala ka sa tamang wisyo. So yun ang tinatawag na social jet lag. Okay. So one thing that they noticed on the start of the pandemic, during the quarantine, nawala yung social jet lag because people didn't have to go to work.
Yes, exactly.
Yon. Kaya lang, naiba yung kanilang, most of them, ended up having a delayed sleep phase. Umurong yung mga body clock. So lumabas yung mga owls, talagang super owls naman. Very, very late tulog, very, very late nagigising. So, it is an opportunity to follow your chronotype because wala nga masyadong strict regulation about the time that you need to be awake. Tsaka, walang traffic, di ba?
Yeah, true.
Traffic. So, hindi katulad before, talaga I'm seeing people who lose 3 hours of sleep because they have to deal with the commute in the morning and
That's
in the
true.
evening. So, nawala yon. So, you have more opportunity to sleep actually. So, that is one blessing of this pandemic. Walang traffic, so dapat mas konti ang ating sleep deprivation. So, people should be sleeping more actually than sleeping less. Tapos, next slide. Meron pa ba? Okay? So sabi ko
Nice.
nga, stay connected to people but not to devices. Stay informed but not overwhelmed. Huwag niyong pakinggan lahat. No? Kasi minsan hindi tama yung information. Set a curfew for notifications in your devices. You can do this in your cell phones. Okay? So, pwede hong iset yan na silent sila unless it's a phone call.
Parang night mode.
So, pag emergency, pwede kayong tawagan. Pero yung mga ping, 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 ping ng mga Facebook, ano, silent yan. Okay? Nakakainis yun eh, di ba? Ping, ping, ping. Ano matutulog nun? And then you need to find helpful distractions. So, gardening is one. Physical exercise is another. As I said, get natural daylight. Exercise regularly in daylight. And then you need to choose familiar, relaxing activities before bedtime without the devices. So,
Ayan na, without.
without the devices. So, mga 2 hours before. Ako, laging sinasabi ko sa mga pasyente ko, curfew is 2 hours before your bedtime. So, yung 2 hours na yon is your own personal time. So, sabi naman pasyente ko, anong gagawin ko doon, doktora? Ay ko, ayaw mo niya, meron kang personal time. Maligo ka, magdasal ka, mag-meditation ka, magbasa ka. That is your personal time. So, you should be very happy that you have that personal time for yourself. Yep. Next
That's
slide.
true, no?
Mm-mm. Next slide,
Okay,
Josh.
so, wala na yata.
Wala na.
So,
Okay.
So, Bubo, let's debunk naman some common myths, no? Kasi
Sure.
we were asking questions before the podcast. Na may question dito na why do people snore? And is it always a problem? And what causes it?
Okay.
Isang tanong.
Well, a big part of the snoring problem is a problem of age. That
Okay.
means as you get older, you lose a lot of your muscle tone. Muscle
Yeah.
tone in the face, everything starts to sag. So gravity really exerts its effect. No? So, and it's also a function of body weight. So that means as you get older also, especially when you go into menopause, you gain pounds that you didn't gain before, the curse of menopause. So, ang problem mo dyan is that as you get older and as you get more overweight, then it increases your risk of having snoring. There's also another cause which is structural in nature. Sabihin, may mga tao very heavy snorers and yet payat, no? And a lot of them are actually, unfortunately, of Asian descent. Because ang Asians kasi, maliit ang jaw. Okay? So, yung chiseled jaw is a Caucasian thing. Sa atin, ang jaw madalas maliit, no, sa Asians. So, those people who have very small jaws or have an overbite, maliit yung pasok ang lower jaw, will tend to have a higher risk of having snoring. Now, is all snoring bad? Some studies have shown that yes, snoring by itself is a risk factor for stroke. So actually, the RIFASAP study in the Philippines looked at snoring as a risk factor for stroke. Okay. But yung other thing na kasama sa snoring is sleep apnea. So, if you are a heavy snorer, mas malaki ang chance that you will also have sleep apnea. And sleep apnea is, of course, a risk factor for heart attacks and strokes. So, yung sleep apnea is malakas humilit, tapos biglang titigil. Yung Ganon. Tapos,
Oo.
gaganyan. Kasi ang nangyayari nun, bumabagsak yung oxygen level mo, yung sleep mo is disrupted. And so what happens is that the accumulation of hypoxemia and the
Yeah.
accumulation of the sleep disruption will also cause the increased risk for strokes and heart attacks. So not all snoring is bad. So it depends on the loudness of it. So pag
Yeah.
malakas talaga siya. Also, if it is position independent. Sabihin, any position, meron na. Kasi yung iba,
Okay.
pag mild lang, di ba? Pag tinurn mo sa side, nawawala
Yung cute
naman.
snore. Yung konti lang, cute lang.
Oo, pero pag yung naririnig na sa kabilang kwarto, ay, kailangan mo ng padala yan sa sleep lab
That's
because
true.
most of the time they have a higher risk of having sleep apnea.
And this is also a reminder that I'm sure you've seen those machines, no? Para sa ating mga viewers. These are not just bought and then you put it on. It's very important that when you buy, you need to consult a doctor first, and
Yes.
then the doctor will determine if you need those machines. Kasi bubot, madami akong kilala that just buy it. Kasi sinabi ng friend na makakatulong. So, may settings po yun. So,
Oo.
importante po yun, no?
Yes.
So, here's another question, bubot. Is drooling a sign of a good night's sleep? Yung alin, may pillow.
Well, it's not really a sign of a good night's sleep. Actually, it's kind of icky, di ba? Generally, most of the time, when people drool, it's because they have a hard time breathing. So it's an
Breathing.
indicator na their people are mouth breathers. So that's why you usually see them in children because they have enlarged tonsils and sometimes they sleep with their mouth open because they can't breathe very well when they sleep. But when it happens with older individuals, then it actually means that there might be a risk for sleep apnea. Kasi normally, talagang when you sleep, you really sleep with your mouth closed. So if you're sleeping with your mouth open, so it's either there's an obstruction in the airway, either in the nose, like your turbinates are big, or you have a deviated septum, or you have an enlarged tonsil, and that makes you sleep with your mouth open. So I think you need to investigate why you're drooling.
Yeah, no, that's important. No? Ito pa, Bubo. Are eye bags and dark circles under our eyes really caused by lack of sleep? Kasi di ba may expression na kulang na ako sa tulog kasi tinanong eye bags ko.
Alam mo, a big part of eye bags and the darkness under the eyes is really a, a product of genetics, unfortunately. So, uh, if your family is into eye baggy kind of face, then
Oo,
unfortunately you will have them.
right.
Yung eye color, yung darkness around the bottom of the eyes is also a factor of genetics and also a factor of age. So a big part of it is really aging. So as you get older, talaga nagkakaroon ng pigmentation yan, no? Kaya kailangan may concealer. Okay. So,
Oo, dito.
hindi
Tapos
po, wag
ganun
niyo pong
mag-apply.
sisihin lagi. Kasi may mga pasyente nga ako sasabihin, Dok, meron akong eye bag, tsaka meron ako. So, iniisip nila, kung meron ako niyan, masama ang tulog ko. But not necessarily. So, it can be because of your genes. So, nasa lahi niyo yan, tsaka sometimes it's a function of aging, and sometimes a function of moisturizing. So, kailangan nagmo-moisturize.
True, very true. Let's not forget that. Tapos
Eye
ganito yung
cream.
pag-apply. Pataas.
Eye cream.
Sabi natin mga dear, pataas.
Oo.
So, this is the last question actually. Is drinking warm milk so effective in getting a good night's sleep?
Okay.
Kasi di ba cute yun na parang milk and cookies, gano'n. Does it actually help?
Alright. Ganito yan, ha. Meron siyang physiologic basis. Because
Yes.
the other thing that increases your propensity for sleep. So, sabi ko nga, a lot of body functions are actually circadian driven. So, even body temperature is one. So, normally there is an increase in temperature and then there's a dip. When
Yeah.
there's a dip, that's when sleep occurs. So, yung using warm milk, ganon, is actually just trying to provoke that increase in temperature because you're hoping that there will be the dip. So it's actually the dip in the temperature. So pag malamig na yung katawan mo, that's when your body actually goes to sleep. So in some individuals, yes, I ask them to do it as a part of the routine. Kasi
Yeah.
sometimes it's relaxing, it helps them to relax. But it's also something that you need to address in terms of volume. Kasi pag sobrang dami iniinom, pag ininom nila yan a little bit too close to bedtime, madidisrupt ang tulog kasi naiihis sila. So,
Oo nga,
you
totoo
also
yan.
need to limit it. So, sometimes ako, what I ask them to do is to take the warm, relaxing drink right after dinner. So, ako, I take tea kasi right after dinner to help with the digestion and also to help with relaxing a bit, but not right before you sleep. Because what will happen is that your sleep will become disrupted because you need to go to the toilet. So you don't want that to happen as well.
So may timing pa rin talaga yung pag-inom ng tea. So okay lang after dinner. So timing is key talaga.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Madami
Yan.
magbabago sa buhay ko at I'm sure lahat ng mga viewers namin magbabago ang mga buhay.
Yeah. Amazing, di ba? Dami nating information na nakukuha. Okay. Yeah.
So thank you, Bubot. Thank you for gracing today's episode, and we learned a lot and debunked some of the most common myths and misconceptions about sleep. And I'm sure, sabi ko nga, madaming magbabago ng buhay sa ating mga viewers. Or now, excited na ako mag-create ng routine, no? Sa sleep.
Very good.
Pero, before we end our podcast, may favor ako, 2 favors from you.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your expert advice on how we can make time to get a good, complete, and quality night's sleep?
Okay.
There's one takeaway message.
Okay. I think we went through a lot of those messages today. So I think the most important thing you need to remember is that sleep is a natural process. And a lot of times we get bad sleep because of the things that we do to disrupt nature. So if we actually work with nature in terms of respecting your circadian body clock, setting a regular time for sleeping and waking, avoiding those things that can disrupt your sleep, such as caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine or smoking, then usually you will sleep a very good sleep. The other one is that the kind of days that you have will also determine your sleep. So the issues that you have during the day, they need to be addressed. So kailangan may problems, ganon, you have to try to solve them. If you can't solve them within the day, then you have to empty your brain of them so that you can actually dissociate from the day so that you can sleep. So those are the 2 basic things. If you have problems, sa tingin mo natural naman lahat, ginawa mo yung sinabi natin, and still you're having problems sleeping, then that's the time you need to see us. Because if there are medical, physical, or psychological problems that's interrupting with your sleep and you cannot handle them anymore, then definitely you need professional help. So please see us so that we can help you tease it out now and solve it for you.
And speaking of seeing a sleep specialist, we'd like to give you a glimpse on how a sleep lab is. So, Bubot, can you tour us around?
Well, the sleep lab is like a recreation of your bedroom. So it's air conditioned. So the temperature is at 19 degrees, which is supposed to be the conducive temperature for sleeping. It has ambient lighting, and it's in a very comfortable mattress. So when we do a sleep study, the purpose of that is to look at the other physiologic processes that actually impact your sleep. So we need to ask the question, ano ba ang nagko-cause ng sleep problem ko? So usually we use it for people with snoring and sleep apnea. We also use it for people with abnormal behaviors during sleep, like yung mga sumisipa-sipa, nag-act out ng dreams, nanununtok, sumisigaw. Or when we have patients who claim na hindi talaga sila natutulog for 50 years. So, may tinatawag na misperception. May mga pasyenteng ganon eh. Imposible naman yon, di ba? So, when they have sleep misperception, it's also a good way to determine it. So, it's a very comprehensive study We put electrodes around your head so we'll know what stage of sleep you're in and for how long you stay in it. We monitor your breathing so we'll know if you stop breathing and for how long. We monitor your heart so we'll know if there's any disruption with your heart rhythm. And we monitor your oxygenation level at any given time. So we know if your oxygen levels go down when you're sleeping. And we also have you on video. So we can see if there are any abnormal movements and we try to correlate that with all of the other parameters that we try to monitor when you're sleeping. So it's actually the standard in terms of determining the sleep disorders that might actually be causing your sleep problems.
So there you go, no? So that's our sleep lab that's located in Makati Medical Center. So for those of you who are interested or may mga request mo, just call our trunk line at 888-888-999 and have yourself connected to the sleep center,
Neuroscience Center.
to the neuroscience center. So
Yes.
again, once again, Bubot, thank you so much. And we hope na this won't be the last. And
Sure.
maulit talaga to. Kasi may isang question hindi ako na-ask eh. So, offline na lang.
Okay, no problem. Thank you
Anyway,
very
so
much.
thank you, Bubot. And please always stay safe. And I hope to see you in better days.
Thank you.
Okay?